Hey, how's it going, guys? Time for today's YouTube recap. What we're looking at here is order flow. This is a 4-hour footprint chart. Footprint charts are very customizable, so if you're unfamiliar with them, unfamiliar with mine, go to the home of the YouTube channel here, and I have a quick video explaining how I have these configured. But what we are looking at is transacted volume, right? The one thing that market makers, algos, banks, whatever you want to say, whoever runs the market to you, they can't hide transacted volume, right? That's why there's such an edge in trading with order flow. Now that's not all that I use to trade, but it is a large amount. So this zone and this zone, for those not familiar with the channel, who don't follow here or on StockTwits, this was the daily plan to play these two zones, whichever came first. So we are approaching this one, so I'm just kind of trying to get this video out so I could be with members while it happens, but it is just past noon. So we're going to take a look at the making of the daily plan, and then we're going to take a look at the intraday order flow and what's been happening so far. And I actually have some screenshots from the room of just me reading or live interpreting what's going on so far. So obviously tomorrow we have CPI, also jobless numbers, but most of the eyes are on CPI. So as to be expected, it's not a guarantee, but most of the time, the day before CPI and even the morning, well, CPI comes out in the morning, something like FOMC where it comes out midday or is midday, we'll see like what people like to say chop, but it's balance, right? We're just waiting. Market sentiment is less. Market participants are less willing to participate in the market, so we see these balanced sessions. So starting the daily plan, I always come here to the TPO. I post the daily plans every day on StockTwits and YouTube. So from the TPO, what am I looking at? Well, if you're unfamiliar with these, I know they look intimidating. So many traders put off learning this for so long, but they're super simple, like really. And when you learn it, it's just take a quick glance and you get all the information you need. And so what do we use these for? Well, we could gauge market sentiment, what's going on in the auction. Are we trading in balance, out of balance? Are we creating balance? Is our structure to be cleaned? Are we currently cleaning structure, right? Looking at the tops, the bottoms, the shapes of the distributions, a whole bunch of things. But again, once you know what everything is, what it means, you literally just take a look at the chart, and it takes me, less than a minute in the mornings. So from here, I go to my favorite time frame, which is the 4-hour chart. I believe that we could take the most information, especially for day traders, from the 4-hour chart. So from here, I go and I annotate everything that I see in the 4-hour chart. And I'll send this in the daily plan tab on Discord. But what can we take from order flow? Well, we could see where sellers are, right? We see these selling imbalances. We see these buying imbalances. We see where big offers are, right? Where a lot of volume. We see where big bids are, a lot of volume with buying imbalances. We see where places where there's not a lot of volume, and each one of these things have significance. We see when an auction isn't finished by transacting a lot of volume at the highs. We see when an auction is finished by transacting not a lot of volume, in this case at the lows, compared to what's over here, right? Everything's relative. So I go to my daily chart and do the same exact thing, but I actually just wanted to touch on this real quick. A trader emailed me asking how to deal with a losing streak. So I'm just going to read this because this covers everything. But according to them, they have an edge, but they keep taking losses. They say that their emotion since the beginning of their drawdown has been a spiral and has only gotten worse, to the point where they've had to take a break from trading their funds to protect their capital. To this, I pointed them to Meditations, right, by Marcus Aurelius, book 4:7. It's choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been. This person allowed their emotions to dictate their trading, even though they have an understanding of underlying principles, right? An edge. Do not allow trading to control your mind, folks. You control your mind. I thought that was worth sharing. So we go from there. We go to the daily chart and same exact thing. Where is there a significant bid? We're looking at higher time frame participants. And why is this important? Well, I have over here, things that we're looking for is bids, offer, aggressive bids or offer, passive bids or offers. And with the order flow, we could look at breakouts, right? People always struggle, these new traders, looking at breakouts and not knowing whether something is a breakout or simply a stop run. And with the order flow, we're able to learn and see which is the difference, right? Is there a lot of volume? Is there a lot of sellers? You see selling imbalances lining up, lining up, and then we see one pop above them, thin volume, super quick, zero print, signaling that's the end of the auction. No one else is willing to transact. We're going to go down. A whole bunch of things that we could look at. And then from the daily, 1 second, bear with me. Well, as I said, we see larger time frame participants, and here we could see where there's huge bids or huge offers, right? The market doesn't just turn on a dime unless there's some big economic news. We need to see substantial bids or offers, then the stop run of those to start the move, right? We need to see exhaustion. Are there bids working up? Is there an offer working down? Are there trapped participants? Where? Where is their liquidity lying? All these things can and should be taken from our order flow every day. That's what gives us edge. You need to have a proper understanding of the markets. I say all the time, just because your trade setup sets up doesn't mean you should take it, right? You not only need the framework of your trades, you need the context around it. Is it somewhere where you want to be an active market participant, right? These key inflection points in the market. So trying to wrap this up a little quick because I don't want to miss this, but let's take a look at the daily chart. The 30-minute. Obviously, open candle right here, and this is what a balance session is, right? A lot of people say it's choppy, it's impossible to play. That's nonsense, right? You need to learn what you're looking at. What am I running? 5? That's fine. So, right, I'm looking for higher, and sometimes we don't get it. Like yesterday, we didn't trade near an inflection point, but when the order flow persists and shows you that a trade can be taken, we take it, right? I took it short yesterday, even though it wasn't at an inflection point because the order flow said so. Now we had something similar lining up today, but I did not take it for different reasoning. So 11:30 on the dot, this candle closed, and I posted this in the room. I want to see, basically bid, but we have our lingo in the room. I want to see this bid, right? We see these buying imbalances hold and trap these sellers to visit our sell zone and give exhaustions, right? We didn't see exhaustion on the daily as of yet. We're still transacting 30, 40,000 contracts at the high. People are happy to transact up there. Will likely continue up. So why would I want sellers to be trapped if I'm looking to sell? Wouldn't that cause a squeeze? Yes. But that squeeze will bring us to our exhaustion where sellers will need to re-engage and then give us a sell. So now at 11:53, we see that this area that I highlighted was visited, and guess what? A zero print there. It held. It's not anything in hindsight. It's not, a crystal ball. This is just simple order flow tactics and how we could read and then profit off the market. I'm the type of person who likes to trade as few trades per week. I try to have the least amount of risk exposure in the markets, so I only take my best setups. Now, if you're someone who likes to trade a lot in and out per day, these are types of trades that you could take using the order flow, seeing the zero print, seeing that these buyers are still here, double buying in balance, taking the long, and then taking profits at wherever your strategy is, whether it be 5 points, 10 points, or taking your profits at locations such as the sell zone, expecting the sell zone to be met. So hopefully that helped people. Hopefully there was a few nuggets in there. If you're interested in this trading approach of footprint, of TPO charts, market auction theory, we use a whole bunch of different things. I'll leave a link to the site in the description. So there's just two things. You could either be in the room. It's a small, tight-knit group. I've said from the beginning when I started the room, I'm not going to have a big room. I'm not going to have, some rooms have 100 people, 500. Some even have thousands. I'm not doing that. I've, not a lot of people, and I'm going to keep it that way. I'm going to close it if I get to a point where I can't give everyone the attention that they deserve and require, right? Everyone, it's pretty much one-on-one with me. And we have a video library, of course, an introductory series to all the tools and everything that we use, how we implement it, all that stuff. But not only that, psychology is a huge part of trading, so we cover that. In-depth market reviews, recaps at the end of the day, similar to how I do here, but in much more detail, going over our setups exactly. That's Monday through Friday, and then Monday morning. I mean, not Monday mornings, but Monday through Friday in the mornings, I post a daily plan review. So we saw the daily plan, but again, I'll post a video on the website going over any questions anyone has, but also the reasoning behind the levels, exactly what I saw from each of the tools that we use and what the confluence is behind these levels. People ask me questions, I answer them there or answer them in the recaps. So you'll get access to the video library, or if you're an already profitable trader, you don't want someone else's maybe bias, or just you don't like being in rooms, you could just get the annotated charts that I send in the daily plan tab in Discord. So you get access to that, exactly what I'm seeing from the order flow. No subjectivity. No subjectivity. It just order flow. It's this black and white. So yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys either tomorrow or Friday. I think I'll have one more recap this week. Hope you guys all had a green day today, and I'll catch you on the flip side.